Hello everyone, and welcome in. Hope everyone is doing well. Positive healing vibes to all the subscribers, viewers, and the world out there. Today we're going to take a look into Virgo's week ahead for November 8th through the 14th. In this message, we're first going to tap into the energies here with the Shapeshifter Oracle deck. Then we're going to get an overview message with the Psychic Tarot. To get a little bit deeper into the message with a traditional deck. I will clarify throughout the message. I will also pull a few cards at the end for advice, guidance moving forward, and a soul journey message. If it's something you guys are interested in, you're more than welcome in joining us. So Virgo, let's see what we can see for you guys. November 8th through the 14th. Please and thank you, Spirit. Most important message here for Virgo. What does Virgo need to see here? November 8th through the 14th. Deep dark sea mermaid. Finding solutions in the unknown, in the darkness. This talks about shadow energy. Guys, there's been a lot of shadow acceptance is what I will call it, because when we're doing shadow energy, it's not about releasing, right? It's not about releasing, and it's also not about controlling, okay? I don't want you to think of it as taming the inner beast or controlling, right? That's all a form of resistance. I want you to allow, okay? You have to make space. That's what it's all about. It's all about accepting that part of you. The shadow is simply just those parts of us that we try to hide, right? Those things that people may find negative or unworthy of attention. I feel here, Virgo, what your cards are telling you is it's time to accept those darker parts of you and make space for them. I'm not necessarily saying feed them and let them grow and all that stuff, but you definitely have to make space for them to be seen and heard, okay? Because if you don't make space for those darker parts of you to be seen, felt, and heard, that's when we have those tendencies to lash out. That's when we have those angers, the anger arising in us and the resentment, all those negative feelings, that negative energy. That's what the shadow plays into. Don't let fear stop you. Pose brave flight. You will not let fear stop you at this time. Deep dark sea mermaid, finding solutions in the darkness. I feel like once you come to terms, Virgo, with that shadow side of you, and we're gonna dig a little bit deeper into these energies, but this definitely is seeming like it's focusing on acceptance of that shadow self. Okay, Akashic libraries. This card talks about that universal place where everybody gets information from. Some people say, some readers or some psychics will say it's a place where they go and they can pull information from. Other people look at it as a place like a stream or a river where they go, but it's always a place where they go to get universal information. Once you're able to completely accept the shadow self, okay, and it's a process. Once you're fully submerged into that shadow work and really at that point of like, you know, that's a part of me. You know, that's a part of me that isn't going to go away. And suppressing it is kind of resistance. You know, hiding it is resistance. You need to kind of embrace, right? Embrace this, what is fully Virgo, right? those beautiful parts of you, those very colorful, bright, light parts of you, the helping, the nurturing, the caring side of you, Virgo. But also, you need to have an understanding and acceptance that if you're pushed to the brink, it's not going to be a pretty picture. There is a negative side to Virgo energy, right? Now, Virgos are very good at alchemizing energy. Don't get me wrong. You're very good at taking the negative and turning it to a positive. But the same can happen when you're pushed to the brink, Virgo. So let's tap a little bit deeper into these energies here with the Psychic Tarot deck. Most important message here for Virgo, Spirit. Does Virgo need to see November 8th through the 14th? Please and thank you. Now please keep in mind, guys, that the messages here are general. They're not going to resonate every time with every person. Take what resonates, leave the rest. It's really about the title, right? For any of the information that I reference in the video, including the decks that we use here, it's all linked below in the description box. There's also a link down there for you to get entered into the list for personal readings. And if you have entered into that list, check your email, check your spam. I have sent out an email for slots available for personal readings. But if you're interested in getting signed up for that list for the next chance that those time slots open up, it's first come, first served basis. I usually do it in increments of 10. And that link is below in the description box. Also, Virgo, if you like the vibe or how I interpret, you're more than welcome to subscribe here. Everyone's always welcome. It also helps set your intentions. A lot of people are going through this submersion of their shadow side, right? It happens when we're isolated because we're there. There's not very many people around us besides ourselves, you know, so we have no choice but to kind of get to know that inner aspect. But Virgo, you are a very beautiful being, you know, you are a very beautiful creature, but you are also very dynamic. And any human being, when pushed to the brink, is gonna be fussy or complainative, maybe a little bit indecisive on how to move forward here. Okay, you need to trust the process, and maybe there is a calling here, if you haven't already, to kind of do some shadow work. Okay, you can look it up online. It's very easy to do, but basically it's a process of going through and kind of accepting those darker aspects of yourself, right? We have crown chakra, we have universe, we have patience and planning, passion ignited, fulfillment of wishes, and positive movement forward. Okay. Throat chakra, communication. Memories of love is 6 of Cups energy. Harmony is the Lovers, and rejoice and celebration is 3 of Cups. It's a little bit of conflicted energy here. I do feel like there's a lot of beautiful things that are happening in your life right now, Virgo. Okay. Very positive things. Okay. Very positive new beginnings. These are probably things that you've taken time to plan out and cultivate. Okay. I feel like you've probably done a little bit of work on getting clear what that vision was. Maybe even releasing people, places, and things that are no longer serving. Okay. But however, there's certain things in our life that we can't really let go of, right? There's certain people that we have to have in our life, whether we would like them to be there or not, right? Family members or maybe fathers of children, speaking from personal experience, that we might not get along with all the time, you know? I do feel like you have maybe come to terms with some of those things, but that's probably what you're kind of accepting right now. I do feel like there is this process of acceptance that you're going through, okay? Let's get a few more cards out here and then we'll get a little bit deeper into the message, Virgo. Chariot, Devil, and the Knight of Pentacles. Eight of Swords, Ace of Swords, Page of Wands, Eight of Wands, and Page of Wands, Eight of Cups, sorry. Ten of Swords, Seven of Pentacles. There's definitely a need for communication. So Eight of Wands, throat chakra, Temperance, the Sun, the World, the Queen of Cups, Nine of Cups, Ace of Pentacles. All right, Virgo, the energy surrounding you this week, crown chakra, intuition, trusting your intuition. I feel like the more and more you get in tune with that shadow self of you, the more and more you're going to feel your intuition coming into your, everybody has intuition, and you just need to learn how to cultivate that, right? You can take courses, you can do classes, you can have mentors that teach you how to do that, but how you're going to really get in tune and fine tune your intuition is by learning how to listen and trust it. I feel like, Virgo, for a long time you were blind. Now I feel like you you are probably trapped by a lot of things in your life. Maybe this was people, friends that were pulling you towards a certain lifestyle, or family members that had guided you in the wrong direction, okay? But somewhere along the line, you received clarity. You received truth. And this probably came in the form of a message. Trust that everything happens for a reason, Virgo. Everything. You obviously have free will. That's where your intuition comes in. Your intuition comes to guide you through your choices to be put on the right path. Sometimes we'll miss and we'll choose the wrong path, and sometimes we'll be spot on. Something was the catalyst that put you towards this healing process. And I feel like you guys have been healing for a while. There's probably been a lot of healing that you've been doing, inner work, maybe getting in tune, taking courses, having a mentor, doing that inner healing work, right? Maybe you were even learning tarot or getting personal readings often to help guide you along this journey, okay? What you need to let go of, Virgo, is you've already made the decision to walk away from whatever it is that you're contemplating walking away from, okay? You've already made that decision here, okay? I don't feel like you're having to let go of or release a person. That's not what I'm sensing here. I do, however, feel, and I know from personal experience, when we are attached to a person's energy and that person is attached to our energy, anytime, especially when we are intuitive beings or coming into our intuition, coming into our powers, is what I like to call it, but a lot of people take powers to their head. So coming into your fullness of being, okay? When you're coming into your fullness of being, you're learning all those lessons that you need to learn. You've already made that decision, right? Internally. There's nothing more to process here, except for you, yourself, that shadow work. And I'm not necessarily saying you, because I don't feel like you are your shadow. That's just a part of you. But here's what I will say, and I did touch a little bit of this on in Leo's reading, because I did feel like a similar message was coming out. A little bit of a similar message was coming out about where they were needing to get in tune with their shadow self. Okay, what happens when you go through this process of shadow? You start to realize, for instance, the example that I used in Leo's reading, there's females out there that are attracted to bad boys. You know you're attracted to bad boys. If that pertains to you, if that resonates with your being, I'm sure that's something that you have said. But here's the thing with bad boys. There's normally a lifestyle that comes along with that. A lot of times they have a lot of people around them, or they're spreading themselves too thin. And a lot of times it's around people. Sometimes they'll exude player tendencies, not all the time. However, it's always a possibility that it could end badly. Now, I'm not saying, that's just an example that may or may not resonate for you, but for those people that say they're attracted to bad boys, there's a reason. It's something subconscious in them that they're saying, that's the type of person that I like. I don't like people that are good to me. I like people that are emotionally unavailable. Okay, let's call a duck a duck. Now, that may or may not be you, but that's just an example. I'm simply pointing out the reason why they're acceptant of emotionally unavailable men is because that's probably something that they were shown when they were younger. That accepting of bad boys is neither good nor bad. Okay, it's not a good thing, it's not a bad thing. It just simply is. Everybody needs love. Okay, if that's your thing and you enjoy it, and that's something that you can, you can move through different people, or you have one loyal person that's your person and you're always going to be attracted to, that's fine. Okay, as long as you're accepting of that. And that's where that shadow work comes in, that accepting, right? Accepting who we truly are, both the good and the bad. Okay, both the lessons that we've learned, that we've taken, and the blessings that we've received. You have put in a lot of work, inner work, okay? Healing work is what I see here. This is what you need to hold on to. You've put in the work, you've done healing, okay? Healing is an ongoing process, Seven of Pentacles. This healing process that we all go through, that everybody talks about, you're always going to have something that you're going to have to process. Life isn't rainbows and lollipops, okay? There's going to be bumps in the road. There's going to have times where you're going to maybe resort back to bad or old. I won't say bad. That's bad. That's a wrong. Shouldn't say that, okay? Resort back to old behavior patterns. That's okay. That's okay. It's part of the process. What this reading is about here, Virgo, is accepting. Accepting everything. The good, the bad, the ugly. I'm going to get some clarification here on this Ten of Swords. Just because I know that it kind of freaks people out a little bit. I feel like this is in the position of what you're needing to hold on to, Virgo. Okay? Yes, there are lessons that you have learned from your past, and they may have caused you to be a little guarded or have certain behavior patterns now because of it. But that's okay, because there are going to be people out there that still love you for you, still enjoy being around your presence and enjoy every aspect of you. For instance, maybe you have a laugh. This is another example that I always use. Your laugh is maybe loud and your voice carries. And maybe when you were younger, a lot of people told you that your laugh is obnoxious. So you suppressed that. And you didn't laugh out loud because everybody always told you that your laugh was obnoxious. And then you found a person along your path that loved your laugh, that found it so uplifting, and they didn't want you to suppress it. And by that person loving that part of you, normally you'll start loving that part of you. But what if you started loving that part of you without that person? And that's what shadow work is. Okay? Loving yourself, fulfilling your own cup. This path that you are put on, making sure that your needs are met, right? The Ace of Cups to me is just as an independent card as the Nine of Pentacles. A lot of people won't read the Ace of Cups that way, but I feel like this is fulfilling yourself, emotional fulfillment within yourself. And I feel like that's where you're coming to terms with. So you don't have to look outside of yourself. You can go through this process and accept every part of yourself without another person. It is a journey. It is a process. It's not always easy, but it's definitely worth it. Okay? What's working in your favor is you are ordained. You've already been ordained for the path that you're headed on. For those of you, you're possibly a leader in whatever field that you are headed in, or that the path that you're on, you're meant to be a leader. You're headed on the right path. You're headed in the right direction. I feel like the wind will be in your sails as soon as you start realizing that you're ordained already to be on this path. Yes, this is the beginning phases, but part of it is enjoying that journey, right? Enjoying that learning process, okay? We have the Nine of Cups coming out twice. It's wish fulfillment. What's working against you is yourself, okay? Is yourself. Here's the thing. I know you've seen this online before. What we have in mind for ourselves and what our future holds for us is 10, 100, 1,000 times more abundant than we could even imagine. You just have to put that idea, that vision in your head. Universe, spirit, God, however you want to call that higher power, is going to bless the process. Remember about you being ordained, Virgo? Here's the outcome, guys. This is the outcome. This is where you're headed, okay? Nine of Cups, Ace of Pentacles. The Ace of Pentacles is abundance, right? Stability, financial fulfillment. This could also be a big gift in money for some of you, a big check. However, I feel like this is something that you've been hoping, wishing, praying for a long time. Not just for this path that you're on, for healing. Let's get a few cards out here, Virgo, for your advice, guidance moving forward. I'm going to do an extended version to the reading, guys. Still. In the extended version, we're doing things a little bit differently. We're going to clarify the whole message. So we're going to go through each individual stack and clarify And then we're going to clear the board and we're going to get into the questions portion. We're going to look into any person that you're dealing with, intentions moving forward. If there's anything hidden that you need to be made aware of, let that come to the forefront. We will look into the next steps moving forward and the outcome if the guidance is followed, all over in the extended version. The link is going to be below in the description box, guys. Also, that second link is to subscribe. You get access to subscribe to Vimeo. You get access to all of the extended readings that I upload for all of the signs. And for those of you that may have tried to subscribe before, I do apologize, but I have fixed my upload schedule, and so it's always going to be an extended version from this point forward. I basically have gotten a different camera and I upload the videos onto my computer now. So, devil. The devil can also symbolize that shadow self, those negative aspects of us that I feel like you're moving forward from. Okay? Here's the thing, Virgo. In the past, there were times where you were probably a very positive person, a very uplifting person, a very helpful and nurturing person. And there were probably times where you maybe were a little fussy, maybe a little bit controlling with a situation or a person, place, or thing. Maybe a little bit abrasive with your words or the things that you said towards a person. And I'm not saying that either of those is good or bad. It just is. Going through this process of acceptance of self, this shadow work, it's only going to benefit your future. It's also going to help you to open up more with your intuition. For those of you that have been trying to open your intuition up or trying to figure out about your psychic abilities, you really have to go through the healing process. And the more that you go, everybody has intuition, but the more that you go through this healing process and you get back to your pure self, right? Not the jaded version, not the hurt version, not the version that's gone through all the turmoil and the pain and holding on to resentment, but the person that's gone through and accepted. The more that you go through this process of acceptance, the more you're going to open up to your intuition. But it's about trusting yourself, right? It's about trusting yourself and trusting your voice. Let's get a native spirit oracle card for you, Virgo. If you guys have found that this message has been helpful, that it's resonating with your situation, please give it a thumbs up. All the love and support is very much appreciated. It does help with the growth of the channel, getting the message out there. So thank you guys so much for that. You are all amazing, guys. Okay. So 4 cards flipped over. The one that's calling to me the most, Virgo, is the Dream Traveler. So I will show you all these smudging ceremonies. These are all about healing. But all 3 of these, Tribal Spirit Dancer, Medicine Bag, and Smudging Ceremonies. This is about saging, cleansing. If you need any information on sage, cleanse kits, cleansing bundles, energy cleanse kits, linked below in the description box. Medicine Bag is a form of healing, and Tribal Dancer, there may be a need to dance. Get in tune with your soul. Dance is the quickest way to uplift your spirits, to get that chemical release in your brain. It helps you to feel free. So put on your favorite song and dance a little bit. Dream Traveler. So Virgo, this card talks about intuition. It talks about you being a channel for spirit, visionary, that you are on the right path, even if it doesn't seem like it, or there may seem like there's a little bit of resistance at this time. You are headed in the right direction. Soul journey message that comes with this card, Virgo, is before going to sleep, place a journal next to your bed. Most dreams are forgotten within the less than 10 minutes, so it's essential to record them as soon as you wake up. When the dream traveler card chooses you, it's essential to watch your dreams. Profound and even life-changing messages can come through. So there may be some messages that are coming in from your dreams, Virgo. Maybe you need to pay attention to what you're dreaming about. Dream journal is definitely a way to pay attention to that. Okay. And again, what the card said, you're going to want to record it right when you wake up, because you forget within that first 10 or 15 minutes of being awake. There's actually a chemical that your brain releases that makes you forget your dreams. You can look into that if you want. Little weird fact. Let's get a power thought card. I do have a new deck on the way for positive affirmation cards for you guys. So joyful days for that. I am beautiful and everybody loves me. I radiate acceptance. I am deeply loved by others. Love surrounds me and protects me. I am beautiful and everybody loves me. Beautiful, Virgo, beautiful. So Virgo, I feel like that's a good solid message coming out for you guys for this week. Thank you guys so much for all the love and support. Thank you for liking, subscribing, sharing the content. You guys are all amazing. Again, if you want to get in on the extended version, links are all below, guys. And I look forward to seeing your beautiful souls again soon. Namaste.